Autism-Live. I am so excited because this is the first time we're having you on the show, isn't it?
Yes. Aside from my many questions.
Oh, well, I love you. I don't know that I've said that to you face to face, but I absolutely adore you. You're such a wonderful person. But I've slaughtered your name 300 times. Lisa Carrion.
That was very good. Okay, I like the R rolls.
After you gave me the tutorial. And I'm so excited because you're here today to talk about something that you started locally, and this is the heart and soul of, I think, everything that we do here, the power of one, and being able to, as you said to me the other day, you said, Shannon, you always say, when you see a need, fill it. Right. And I was sharing with them that that's not me, that's the robots.
That's movie. The robots talking.
The robots are talking. But you saw a need and you decided to fill it. So tell our viewers what need you saw.
Well, I heard about Fantastic Friends through my mom. She was reading an article about Marissa, and she saw that she started a group for her brother, Matthew, who has autism. And I just loved the concept. It was so unique, just having our kids integrate with the typical developing peers. And that's important to me. It's important for my son. And I looked immediately to see if there was a chapter. And unfortunately, there was no chapter here. And that's when I contacted you and said, you got to have her on the show. This is so neat, And it didn't really take me long to decide I'm going to do this. I have to do this.
Well, first of all, thank you for bringing it to my attention. I think people often wrongly assume that I must know everyone in the autism community and everything that everybody is doing in the autism community. And let me just tell you, I don't. And so I love it when you guys bring something to my attention and go, this is important. I'm really interested in this. Would you please cover this? I always say on the show, let us know if there's something you want us to cover. So you did. You emailed me and said, okay, you got to have this woman on the show. And Marissa, we had her on the show a couple of weeks ago. It's been a little over a month now. And she was amazing. She is a ball of fire.
I don't ever remember having that much energy.
I don't either. I don't think I ever did have that much energy, but she's one of those people that she's got the energy. She's young enough that she's got the energy and she's got the vision, and she's also got such a lovely spirit.
She does. She does.
So we had her on the show thanks to you. I got your email and I called her within 7 seconds. And I think I emailed first and then she gave me the phone number and then we were talking on the phone and she was so excited. Yeah. And then to find out that you had decided to start a chapter, because I was thinking, I wish there was a chapter here. But I hadn't done anything to make that happen yet, but you went, all right, it's me. Yeah. I'm going to be the person to do that. And you grabbed the bull by the horns. And so tell everybody what you've been doing the last couple of weeks.
Well, like you said, I didn't want to wait or hope that somebody would start this organization here, so I contacted Marissa. She was happy to help me start the chapter here. We've been doing some community outreach, just letting folks know that we are ready for special needs families to join. We have been getting volunteers that are signing up that are really, really excited to be a part of this, which that excites me because I feel like there's willingness out there to help our community. And, we've been contacting local organizations and saying, hey, let your special needs family know that we are ready. We're ready. We want to do this and we're ready to go.
Yes. And so I got an invitation to begin with. I knew that you were going to do it because I got an invitation to join the Facebook page that you had created where you talked about there was an event that you were going to go to and hand out flyers.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, look at what she's doing. And then I got another, you just have been Johnny on it. I knew you would be. And so I got another email that went out to me saying, hey, let your families know and I said, well, then why don't you just come on the show and talk about it? This is just, and then we ran into each other at Stephanie's Day. Which we talked a little bit about last week. It's such a lovely event, Stephanie's Day. And every year on the back lot of CBS, a wonderful dad who has a daughter who is on the autism spectrum, he holds this event there. He happens to be the general manager of CBS and the CBS stations here in Los Angeles. And they create, I don't know what, it's a fabulous resource fair. It's just an amazing day.
Right.
for kids of all abilities.
It is so much fun. They have so many fun things for the kids to do there. There's, snow cones and food trucks, and who doesn't love that? But
and everything's free.
And everything's free, and it's just a very nice community building day.
Yes.
It really is. And when you are new to autism, you don't know where to go. It's a really good thing to go to these fairs because there's so much information out there.
And I really think, I've said this before, each thing has its own flavor,
Mm-hmm.
each event. And the flavor for Stephanie's Day is about acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody is so welcome, and because everything is free, and there are all these activities and resources that are there. But I also think because of the reach that CBS has in Los Angeles, more people come to that event that have not been to all the other autism events. So I'm always amazed by the questions that people ask at that event, that they're a lot of times really just starting out.
Right. It's a pretty big thing. I mean,
is a
it really
very big
is. There's so much information out there, and they reach so many people, so it's really good event to go to.
It is. And so we ran into each other again there, and you were handing out flyers there.
Yes.
What's the very first thing that you want to make happen for your group of fantastic friends? I know, like, Marissa just is having a prom that has taken on a life of its own, which is quite amazing. But what are you thinking about doing?
We are going to be having monthly events. The first one's kind of a surprise, but it is.
Oh, you don't have to tell them.
It is on the. It's about building friendships. I'll say that.
All right.
And just have families go out and meet with other peers, other families, and where I really want this to go is when we have these events. I know from my own self that for me to leave my son with somebody is a scary thing. I want to get to the point where they feel comfortable. They're more than welcome to stay with their child, but I want to get to the point where they're comfortable leaving them with us and having that day out for themselves. That's the other part of this that's really amazing, is that special needs parents don't get to do a lot of stuff together or with siblings if there's other siblings. This is more than just finding something for our special needs child. It's for the whole family. Really.
And we want to, for those who didn't watch the initial interview with Marissa Hacker, we want to talk a little bit about the fact that this is an organization where it's not just, so often it drives me crazy when we have social skills classes and they go, oh, I've got this great social skills class for kiddos who are on the spectrum, or worse, at schools. This makes me nuts. They go, oh, well, we want to put your child in a social skills class. And you go, okay, what's the ratio of kids on the spectrum to neurodevelopmental kids? And usually it's all kids on the spectrum.
Right.
And I just want to go, hello? What? No, that's called segregation. That's not a social skills class. So this is an organization where siblings are welcome to come and siblings are welcome to bring their friends.
Right.
And we're really looking for this to be an all-inclusive kind of a thing, correct?
Yes, inclusive is the key word, because a lot of times our kids don't get outside of their special needs world very often. They're in a special day class, they're with therapists or parents alone. I think that the ratio for us is 1-to-1. We're doing peer-to-peer, and the peers will help the special needs child interact. They'll help them with events, because the events are going to be monthly. And we're going to pair them with another child who's around the same age, hopefully the same age, but around the same age as close as possible. And just let them enjoy themselves and learn these skills from, because you said, it's inclusive. It's inclusion is what we want for our kids, to be able to get out there. So I think this is what marks what we're going to do is inclusion and fun, and I think the kids will really enjoy it.
Fabulous. Now, Jem doesn't have siblings, but he has two friends that are young ladies who we talked to them about this, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, we want to do this." So I just have to know the particulars to tell them when and where and so on and so forth. But we've got some people who want to come and do this with us.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if people are in the Los Angeles Valley and they want to participate in this, where do they want to go to volunteer or to sign up or to see what's happening?
They can email me at fantasticfriendssfv for San Fernando Valley at gmail.com.
Okay.
And
gmail.com.
They can email me to sign up. I can place you on. We have a volunteer page, so we'll be updating volunteers and letting them know what's going on, and just to build that volunteer group that we have, so we can have as many kids, because we're going to need as many people as possible to sign up as volunteers, because I know not everyone can go to every single event.
Sure.
So we want to make sure that we have enough kids to fill the needs for our kids.
Okay. And then what do you need other than people to sign up for volunteers? What does Fantastic Friends San Fernando Valley need? What's on your wish list?
On my wish list?
Yes.
I'm hoping to get sponsors from different companies that would like to host an event. There is a fee for the special needs families, because we do need to cover costs wherever we go for items and snacks and water and things like that, and for places like if we do something at a jumping place or whatever we end up doing, bowling. It would be nice if the community would be able to help us out and sponsor an event, and maybe, that would really help reduce costs or even minimize or eliminate costs.
Scholarships maybe for
absolutely,
families who
that's
can't
another
afford the
thing.
cost?
Yes, absolutely. I did put on my website too that if you want to sponsor a family, that would be great. There's so many things we can go with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that my son's school does is that when there are activities or field trips or things, they'll send home a paper and they'll say, this is what it costs to cover your child going, and if you want to pay for your child plus one more child, that gives another. I always think that that's well put, because it makes me think about, there were times when we would have had to, do without something else in order to send Jem to do things, and how much we would have appreciated help or assistance. So, it's one of those things where we just did a thing on mindfulness, being mindful about if you are fortunate enough to be able to pay for your child plus one more, that's life-changing.
Yeah.
That in and of itself is life-changing.
Absolutely,
for
because
everybody.
I don't want fees. They're not going to be outrageous, obviously, but I don't want that to be a deterrent for a family to say, I can't do this, I can't afford this, I can't do this every month. We want to be able to have kids come and parents not have to worry.
Yes.
We have enough worries.
And I want to say, too, that one of the things that Marissa talked about this with was that it helped her as a sibling. It isn't, it's very easy for us to look and go, okay, look at all the benefits to our kiddos who are on the spectrum, and look at the benefit to the family that the kiddo on the spectrum has a friend, right? But don't shortchange the benefit to the siblings, because if they're there and there's multiple siblings there, we've heard from siblings in the past that when they get to be someplace where there's another person that's on the spectrum, or to be able to have their friends who don't know what it's like to be a sibling, and to see that languaged in a positive way and role modeled in a positive way, so valuable for those of you who've got siblings who are struggling with, my brother or my sister does this, and what are my friends going to think, right? I mean,
exactly.
Tough stuff in those, pre-teen and teen years.
Yes.
For
everybody.
Yeah, rough stuff.
Right.
So I really want to congratulate you on being the person who said, I'm going to do it. That was a huge step up that so many of us are going to benefit from. I know Jem and I want to participate in your chapter, and I'm hoping that more people will, and also maybe more people watching this will feel the fire and go, okay, it's not just going to be Lisa. I'm going to start my own Fantastic Friends wherever you are.
Right.
Because how nice would it be if these were all over the country?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the next group of people coming along, when they go, well, I wish that there was a Fantastic Friends, and I'm going to see if there's a chapter. Oh, look, there is a chapter. Then they get to go do something else. Because there's lots to do. There's lots to do.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you take sponsorship from people, from businesses, any support, but right now, especially warm bodies to volunteer, families who want to participate, that you've got a kiddo on the spectrum, or you have kiddos who are not on the spectrum, that you think it'd be good for them to participate.
This isn't just for special needs families. It's for anybody who is willing to help. It's a nonprofit organization, 501c, everything. We're doing everything on our own, and I think that there's more to benefit with just the special needs kids. I think the typically developing children have a lot to gain from this.
Absolutely.
A lot of leadership skills and empathy, and just it would be a great thing for us.
It's great character building, and they'll meet good friends. Anybody that we've seen who's done something like this afterwards says, well, I expected that I was going to come in and be doing all this great stuff, but I was the one who got more out of it than anybody else.
Absolutely.
And keep in mind, for your neurotypical kids, a lot of schools have a citizenship requirement that now that you do something to help other people, that this would qualify for. A lot of different, when you go to apply for colleges, they're going to have to list the things that they did in the community, and more experience with working with individuals who are on the autism spectrum. Those are great job skills.
Especially if you're going, if you're going into that field, this is going to be awesome.
Absolutely, but also, you know, if you've got a kiddo who is stuck in their screen, and you want to get them, I'm talking both neurotypical and on the spectrum, and you want to get them socializing, what better way to do it? You know what they say about the best way to have to teach something is to have to, the best way to teach something is to have to teach it yourself. So if you've got a teenager and you've been trying to teach them how to be socially appropriate, a great thing to do is say, here, you need to go and help somebody who's on the autism spectrum to know how to do that. They will learn it themselves faster.
Right.
Lots and lots of benefits.
Yes.
We just adore you. You are
Thank
just
you.
such a light. And I always love getting to see you. And the fact that you're doing this, I'm so impressed.
Thank you so
Truly.
much. I'm excited.
I think you've found your niche.
I did.
Now, we don't know when the first event is. Is it happening in the next 2 months?
Not yet. I'm hoping once we have our special needs families that have joined and want to be involved, we're going to get right on it.
Okay.
I already have a dozen ideas lined up. So.
Okay. Now, to join, do I need to do something other than going to the Facebook page? What do I need to join?
You can email me as well if you're a special needs family. There's also a Facebook page for Fantastic Friends San Fernando Valley, so you can join that as well. But you can always reach out to me.
Just about saying I want
just
to participate.
Want to participate,
and then
right?
The fee comes per activity.
Per event.
Per event. Love it. Love you.
We're gonna try very hard to keep the cost down. I promise that.
I trust that we're gonna be great with that, and we want to give a big shout out to Marissa. Has she gotten a hold of Bruno Mars yet?
Not that I know of. But you know, I was amazed that this Promise Friday, and they got donations of
so tomorrow.
Of almost 200 dresses. Somebody donated almost 200 dresses for these. So that's where I want to be in a few years, or maybe next year.
But hey, if anybody knows Bruno Mars, she's trying to get Bruno Mars to come to this prom. He could at least send a video message. If anybody within the sound of my voice has any connection to Bruno Mars, put him in touch with Marissa Hacker, Fantastic Friends, excuse me. And we thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank all of you for being here.